Alrighty, welcome back everyone. Just gonna give me 1 minute to just set things up. Whoa. Alright, I'm just gonna go to the washroom real quick and I'll be back. Good. Alrighty, while I set things up, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm just gonna, my watch was just charging. So now just give me a minute. Today's workout is, if you missed yesterday's, did 3 sets of 40-20s, 8 of them. And, give me 1 second, boom, go there. Yep. And let me just get this. Okay. Alright, I think we're ready to go. So, as I said, today is coming off of yesterday. Did 3 sets of 8, 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. In the end, came out to an average of 440, which is, I don't know, like 7.4, something like that, watts per kilo. Last set was absolutely banging. It was 7.75, 465 watts. I was like, whoa, couldn't believe it. And I was going on the training peaks, so I'm like, holy jumping, this was something. Well, should start that. And then today, just like last week did, as I said, 3 sets of 10. Give me 1 second actually before I talk so I can sound somewhat coherent here. Just I need to set things up. So there, here, share this. No, I want to share it. Thank you. Share. You. Edit. Done. Okay. And now save. Share. Alright, so as I said, last week was 3 sets of 10, 30, 15s. came out to very similar power to the 420s. I think it was actually a little bit less than the 4020s. And then the day after was 4 by 5 minutes at Alpe pace. So that thing there says 355. It's actually 357 or 8. I think Zwift rounds it. I think it's 357. So I just put it at exactly what the Alpe pace was. I think it was 358 actually, but you're going like by percent FTP, so I think this gave it the number that I wanted, which is like bang on, like I said, what I did last year for what was it, 34, I think it was 34:20, 34:25, something like that. I'm blanking right now for some reason because I'm thinking about everything here, but everything just getting everything set up. But it's 358 at 59 kilo. And anyway, so this is at that same pace, but 5 of them this time. Last week was 4 of them. Then some tempo on the end, low cadence. On the intervals, you'll notice I'll be kind of going in and out of the saddle. Usually going kind of like low cadence, a little bit higher or lower. And that's just simply to replicate the Alpe as best I can. Because as you know, it's a steep hill. So I mean, unless you got your trainer difficulty at 0, and you know you're gonna sit in the little ring or something, you're gonna have some low cadence sections in there, especially the first few turns, like first 4 turns or so. It's, you know, getting up there. So you got to be able to put power at some lower cadences. So, anyways, that's what's going on. Last week, so you know, as I said, here it's like 357 or so. Last week I ended up doing 368.5 for the intervals, so like well above what the goal was. And so actually I'll try to hit that same number again. I don't mind just psychologically being, you know, a little bit ahead of what the power is, so that come the day, it's like, you know, got to do 360. It's not that bad. You know, I've been doing 370 in these intervals. I'm just gonna probably pause this. I'm gonna have my headphones on, but I'll be able to see comments and stuff. So if you're watching, give a shout out. I'm gonna pause this in a second because I want to just for little giggles. So start this at the bottom of the Alpe, finish hopefully before the top, or a little bit after the top, sorry, if all goes well. Might have to do some adjusting with that incline. Thank you. Last week these went very well. Like, they couldn't have really gone any better. It was like, it felt actually easy. Like as easy as, you know, 6.2 watts per kilo can feel. Like it was pretty like, this is good. Coming off the, basically the Ronstadt, it was like, feels like a lot lower power. Which is good. Any case, I'm gonna shut up now. As I said, I can see the chat, so if you enjoy, if you're watching, give a shout out, and we'll get this train on the road. Whoa. A little hot down there. Man, it's a good song. Three, 7, 2. Gotta just adjust something in my shoe. Yeah. So a good start. Alright, same thing again, we'll be real good. Take even a little bit off. 371. Whew. All right, number 3, coming at you. Legs feel pretty good. Thanks, Derek. This is such a banging song. Kuka by Will Sparks. 372. Whew. That's good. So we're well above out pace. We're feeling great. So each one so far, it's about 371 average, I guess. And been doing 2 minutes out, 2 minutes in, about 45 seconds out, like 2 minutes 15 in. So it's about maybe 3 minutes to 2 minutes out to in. All right, I'm about to do the fourth. This is where last week it was over after this one. So we know we can get this far. Oh, gonna miss a step. No, I'm good, I'm good. And we'll calm down. Oh, now I just started that one. We're fine. 372. Thanks, Daniel. Oh, one more. Oh, I'm still pedaling, guy. So it's 371, I think. 372, 371, 372. Legs felt great in the middle there. Beginning, it was kind of like, ugh. One more. Yeah. It's like 10 years old bike, this one. It just can't handle. Like, and I need to have a stamp on it. Can withstand the tank. That's a sticker. And I don't think it's because of the power. I think it's because how much side-to-side power I put out. I think I put 400 watts laterally and another maybe 10 in the forward direction. That's about the ratio, I think. Anyways, there's Han Solo again, or Salo. Last one. Nothing crazy. No need to go full nuclear here. Just same thing. Oh, I missed a thing. Come on. Ah. 373 with some terrible gear change. Oh, that was good. Real good. Oh, hard at the end there. Just lost my rhythm. Two, like, so what I'm doing is, see, I'm fiddling with things. Let's pause that. Saying you see me fiddling with stuff there. So, I'm doing the 2 minutes at the start and like the 12 second from the end there. And then, or I guess second from the end, and then I switched a little bit later into the last from the end. But let's actually back this down. Oh. What was I going to say? And then what I do in the middle there is I flip it into erg mode just to drive the cadence up, so I don't have to like come all the way down in the gears, keeping the resistance the same, or fiddling with the resistance at all. So it makes it a little bit easier. But I missed it there, and then at the end I missed it again. So oh well, it just threw the rhythm off a little bit. I totally miscalculated here. I was like, oh, I'll finish the Alpe in the thing, but doing the math here, no, that's 35 minutes. Not 35 minutes with recovery. We're not in that shape just yet. Anyways, well, actually we started a little bit before it. Like the Premier League? I don't know. It's a good question. I put my name down as available, but nobody sent me an email. Oh well, their loss. That's all I gotta say. It's your loss. You're missing a weapon. It's okay though, I'm fine with doing that. Yeah, I think so. I think the last race would have been a good one for me, but anyways, that's all. I'm gonna say it quietly. The last race on Richmond would have been a good one for me. But anyways, what are you gonna do? All I know is after Z Pro Tri Series and all that jazz, getting shafted in that because of, we'll call it, some political nonsense. Let's just say it like that. We'll leave it there. But anyways, all I know is all they do is they just make me pissed off. And so here we're at a normalized power for 65 minutes of 5.5 watts per kilogram. So, just adds fuel to the fire. And come the fall, we'll see. And Zwift Academy, we'll see. Just the same. As I said yesterday, that if I do 465 watts for a 4-minute power test, I don't care like what your team requirements are, you'd be nuts not to put 7.75 watts per kilo in the final for Zwift Academy. I'm expecting an email. after. Anyways. Oh yeah. I don't think I put myself as available for that though. I think I only put myself available as for this block, and the next race doesn't suit me at all anyway, so I've accepted it. Whatever. And I mean, some of it's not my fault actually. Like, I'm not going to badmouth the team here. I'm badmouthing who I'm going to badmouth is Zwift Pro Tri Series. That I'll be happy to badmouth them, but team draft here I won't, because it's like, part of it's me. Like, I haven't stayed involved with things really, because it's actually, like, it's kind of difficult sometimes. Like, there's like 16 different conversations going on Discord at a time, and you're like, holy jumping. Like, so at one point, like 2 years ago, I was like getting notifications on Discord, and oh my goodness, my watch was binging like as I'm out on a run. It was like binging 50 times in over the course of a run, and I'm like, get out of my way. Like, so I ended up turning the notifications off because it's binging at all times of the night otherwise. And so yeah, some of it with draft is just my own thing. Like, that'd be fun. Yeah. I mean, like I said, like, I don't mind it. Like, I'm not sour about the Premier League. It's the Zwift Pro Tri Series from last year that I'm kind of still salty about because of how it transpired, which, like I said, I'm not going to get into it, but you can kind of imagine where, things go. Why they wouldn't want someone who is highly experienced on Zwift and on a platform where watt per kg is king. Why they wouldn't want me, making some sponsored Zwift people look bad. But anyways, the Premier League, on the other hand, I'm not too like, oh, well, it sucks that I can't do it, because I do really like having like structure in the, it's not, I shouldn't even say it like that. I really like having structure. Structure's everything for me, and they just race so often. Like, I don't understand it. I think they water down their own series by doing it every single week. Like, why not do like, a couple big races, or maybe just like a block of races, like a tour kind of thing, something like that? Because it's just like every single week. And a couple years ago, I was doing KISS Community League, and it's just so hard, like, because you can't, like, you're trying to train around it, so you basically have to make a decision, like, are you going to peak for Zwift races, right? And like, so basically, like, do the Zwift race, that's your big session on the week, and then like taper all around it, or like, do you want to train and get better week on week? Because I just don't see, if you're doing Premier League every week or any of these things, like, if you want to do really well, and some guys do, like Freddie Ovett, for example, is an absolute monster, right? And so he's a monster in that on Zwift, but then he's obviously also doing huge training in real life too. He's an exception. But I think for a lot of other guys, like, it's basically like, do you really want to do well in the race? And if you do, then you're going to have a period of 2 months where your training is going to suffer. So, like, you can't progress through the year. Like, and I want to get better year on year. I have to get better. It's not I want to get better, I have to get better, right? Especially in, like, time trial power. I'm going to start this next one a little bit lower. Right? I got great punchy power. Yeah, but it means nothing in triathlon. Right? I gotta be able to put power in time trial position, not, you know, cranking out of the saddle every single time. But yeah, so I'm not like too, it is what it is on that, and I'm not gonna cry about the Premier League. It's like, I get to train, I get to progress week on week, and I like having that structure in the training where I can plan for things. Right, that's the thing with the Premier League. Like, you don't even know courses, every race is different. It's hard to periodize training. This tempo section is just, I did it last week. It was actually the harder part of the workout because my legs were pretty tired. Now we're gonna fly. Watch this speed. Purpose of this, as I was saying, is basically pedal as smoothly as possible. Make it as easy as possible. Coming off the last thing. Wow, this thing is so far behind. It's 25 seconds behind. That's weird. Why were you going so slow down here? I haven't seen anything in the 80s at all. It's disappointing. So last week, this was probably the hardest interval of the whole thing. I'm going to do 2 minutes in erg, and then I'll switch to manual and do the rest around 65, 70 in the saddle though. Last one there I got out because these shorts they're killing me. These are the first pair of bike shorts I ever bought. I think this is from 2011. These bike shorts. Yeah. And they've lasted incredibly. Like the actual material, it's not ripping. There's no pad. There isn't any. But Sugoi, solid. It's funny because I have a pair of running tights from Sugoi from about the same time, and they're still going. I have a jacket from them. It's still going. So I mean, incredible longevity on their products, durability. But yeah, these the pad is gone. So every now and then, just like, you know, trying to save my butt from getting too bad of saddle sores. Alrighty, last interval of the day. So far, a beautiful workout. Let's hit it. Let's do it. Get her done. Still going kind of slow. It's weird. Ah. Oh, legs. Come on. Legs are, they're getting there. Weight lift last night, the glutes are working. It was all squats last night. Oh, 312. Good. Yeah, there wasn't so much quads there. Glutes were like, buddy, calm yourself. Weight lift last night was 5 times 5 squats, progressing the weight, first to last set, and then 4 times 8 squats at the second highest, like the 4th set's weight, and then sumo squats with RDL. So sumo squat RDL, like 1 by 1. And then split squats, weight at the front. And then what do I do after that? Some lateral squats after that. Single leg bridge. Can't remember the rest. Some pike plank in there. A couple others. I'm missing a couple. I think that was it for the squats. Yeah, lateral 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Anyways, it was good. Thank you, Charlie. It was a solid workout. I don't know if you saw the beginning there. It was a recap. It's actually a good spot to recap. 5 times 5 minutes. Ended up averaging probably 371, 372. So about 6.2. I don't know, what is that? I think that's 6.2. 6.2 watts per kilo on 2 minute. And then 2 times 8 minute tempo. First one, kind of my more natural cadence, a little bit above it actually. And then the last one, low cadence. And yeah, glutes are now done. Did on other news this morning, went for about a 5K walk, and shin felt pretty darn good. I was like, ooh, I could probably run right now. But what I'm going to do is wait till my new shoes get here, which should be tomorrow, maybe Thursday. Just give it make absolute sure it's good. Like I said, like, it wasn't really that bad on Friday. Could have ran then, but I was like, be smart. Like, it's gonna be a long year. Like, I don't want to mess anything up for sake of one run. Who cares? And then, anyways, came inside here and did 40 minutes of core. It was a hell of a core workout. Actually, it was good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Bunch of different variations of planks. Bunch. As many as I could think of. In 40 minutes, basically. And then this. So, good morning. And yeah, the walk, don't worry, I'm not like counting that as training, but I just thought I'd mention it just because a couple days ago, walking was like, I can kind of still feel that leg. And this morning was like, that's good. It's pretty good. .371, 372, something like that, is pretty sweet for that, 25 minutes, but I'm not going to say right now that that's going to be Alp pace. Now for the Alp, I'm going to go make sure I'm 59 kilos. That's one, because 1 kilogram is not enough to do anything for, you know, it's basically just pretty easy to shed that. It's not I don't have to do anything specific really. It's pretty easy. Like, I bounce between 59 and 60 anyways, but make absolute sure we're at 59 that morning, because it makes a big difference on that climb. 59 versus 60 at 6 makes a difference. 6 watts difference, right? Which is enough. Is enough to make or break a PB, right? So I'm not going to say 372 is that pace. I don't think I could do that right now, but I think 360's ballpark with a few more workouts. Still got another 1, 2, 3, 4 threshold workouts, and probably 4 VO2 max, and then my Friday workout, which is now turned into a workout, not a Zwift race, because there's just no races. And last week, it was the coolest thing ever. I made a Zwift race myself, and I gotta say, it was fun, and it was like, got a great workout in the end. Did another workout that evening, 5 times 3.5 minutes, VO2. It was a good day, but that Zwift race is pretty darn cool. This guy's getting a heck of a lead out here. This is beautiful. Oh no, it's picking it up. Anyways, it was so much fun actually. I'm like sitting there in the morning and being like, all right, let's think of a Zwift race. Let's come up with the plot. Okay, look at this. Okay, we're gonna start. Now people taking some time to settle in. Oh, big attack. Holy smokes, look at that. And then another attack. So it's just almost like the Innsbruck section there. And then it was like, all right, we ride steady on the end of that. The group is staying fast. And then bam, big attack. I was racing myself, but it was very entertaining. And it felt exactly like a race. Or very close to. At the end I did like basically your race winning interval of like sprint, VO2, sprint. And that was okay. It wasn't perfect, but it's kind of hard to get the gearing perfect because I had the thing in standard mode. So it did make it a little bit challenging. I always find it hard in standard mode, like in workout mode, I should say, doing like varied efforts with sprints. So like even if it's like tempo to a sprint, I always find it very difficult to get the resistance right. It's either like too much and you're like pedaling in mud, or there's nothing. And you're flipping through the gears like 10 times over 10 seconds. Pro triathlete. I don't even know if I'm a pro triathlete right now. I haven't swam in a very long time. Very long time. But get my vaccine on May 24th, and then whatever, 14, 20 days after that, I'm hoping that those pools are open, because come summertime, I'm gonna just put a sleeping bag outside of one of them, and I'm just gonna live there, because I'm gonna have to get my swim back into decent shape. I mean, the beauty is it's not like I need to get myself back into front pack shape. I was never front pack anyways. So we just got to get back to being, doing 120s basically for 25 minutes. Which is going to be hard. Shouldn't say that lightly. You got to swim 24 to 25 minutes for 70.3, be in the second pack, and have good takeout speed to get in that pack. So I shouldn't say it like it's going to be easy, but I don't know. We got a good idea of what we need to get to, and it's going to take a lot of work. Kind of terrifying because it's been a really long time. Like seriously, last year, probably said this on here before, but last year, the year just went so fast, and like I kept thinking like, oh, in the summer I'm going to be swimming in a lake like every day. Well, first of all, where I had lived, it's not like a lake that close. There is kind of Lake Wilcox, but you're kind of taking things you're taking a big risk swimming in Lake Wilcox. I went there once, like I've gone there a lot of times, but one time, 2 years ago I think, there was a chicken wrapper. Chicken. Like raw chicken at the bank at where you get in to swim. And you're like, that's not nice. That's not a nice welcoming sight. Raw chicken on the beach. I don't know. Kind of grosses you out a little bit. That water's pretty disgusting because there's so many darn geese around there. It's nasty. So anyways, in order to get a good swim, you need to go to Gulliver's, for me, at least. I know there's other places like Cherry Beach and stuff like that, but Gulliver's is good. It's 1K around. But even that's not a perfect thing. It's an hour out, so you're an hour, and an hour back, so it's like your whole day. And anyways, so the point is I kept thinking last summer, I'm going to swim in the lakes and stuff like that. And then before you know it, it was like September. And I was like, holy smokes, I haven't swam at all in months. So I swam a grand total, after everything is shut down last March, at the end of March, when I was swimming really well. I was swimming really, really well and thinking in Texas, like, I'm gonna tear things up here. Like I was very confident in where my swim was. Swim better than I ever had. But since then, I've swam less than 2 kilometers. So I'm basically going to be starting literally from scratch. Luckily, the bike and the run is, I know a lot of people say things like this, like when they're just training and stuff and they don't really have a race to back up, but I am, and even last year too, by the end of last year, since my last race in Indian Wells, 2019, I think it was, it's kind of a blur. Since that race, I am a completely different cyclist and a completely different runner. My FTP is probably, 30 watts higher, and not even, it's probably more than that, just because FTP is one thing, but I mean just like different power intervals and stuff like that are just like, it's like night and day. Like 5-minute power, it's like 40 watts higher. And then running, same thing, a different runner. Those years, I never really got consistent run training, and Indian Wells ran 115 off the bike and did that on, I just realized I forgot to put music on. Ran 115 off the bike, and I was off basically 3 weeks of running after hip flexor tear. And now it's like been going for 10 months of workouts or whatever. Oh, that was good. What is this dip? Oh, that's interesting. Solid. That's really good. I like the look of that. Oh. Oh, head's kind of spinning. I don't even know what I was saying. Let's see what the 5 minute at the end. I got 373. Yeah. That's good. 373. We'll see if Zwift actually manages to like upload this and like do the actual. It's pretty consistent actually across the interval. 373. Like it's not pretty. It's good. Solid. What is this? So what would that interval be? It'd be 35 minutes. So what's 35 minutes with 10 minutes of recovery? So let's go to the 33-minute power. So that's with recoveries at like 150. It's good. I'll take that. There's the Alpe on top of it, 358. That's good. I'll be there. We'll be there. Anyways, thanks everyone for watching. I don't know what I was saying to this one. I don't know. Lost my track a bunch of times. Felt like I was in a bit of a daze there at the end. So I don't know if I made any sense. But nonetheless, very good workout. There it is. I'm going to take a picture of that. And anyways, Premier League stuff, I probably said some stuff that I shouldn't have said, but my point is I'm not going to cry over things. My own fault for Premier League. But people will see what we can do at some point. I can assure you that. Whether it's in Premier League or in triathlon or in a hill climb or whatever, people will see at some point in 2021 what it's all about in person. Any case, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and I will probably do that live stream of the 30-15s next week. That's going to be kind of the peak interval of the, or peak workout of this block. Should be good. Based on the 40-20s, I have a lot of confidence going into that. Because did not think the 40-20s, I was kind of amazed yesterday afternoon thinking, how the heck did I do that last set at 465 watts? That's like, oh, jumping. That's a lot. And it felt good. So I'm like, you do a 4-minute power of 465 or something like that, or even 460, now we're talking. Last year it was I was right on that edge of making Zwift Academy finals. I was right there. But I mean, you do that, and I think it's going to be hard to turn down, I think. We'll see. We'll see.